Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Hey.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good
We're on the
morning.
back of a golf cart. But where are we on the back of a golf cart, Tom?
We are at ApplesRus, Apple Orchard and Distillery.
Yes, this is going to be very exciting. And that's Tammy waving.
Tammy Clark, how you doing?
Yeah.
How are you guys?
So we are going to see her orchard this morning. So thanks for joining us. We're excited to be here. They've got a new orchard that they've just put in, and then we've got an older orchard up on top of the hill, and then Tom, you know
Mr. Homebrewer.
Mr. Homebrewer.
I saw the word distillery and I go, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, he's in. So we're very excited
look
to
at
be
the
here,
orchard.
and this is the new orchard. Tammy, what can you tell us about this new orchard on the side here?
All right, so this is a new orchard. We planted it this spring. We have 4 varieties in this orchard. Honeycrisp Premier, First Kiss, Kudos, and Triumph, which all the apples we grow are all university apples. So
Kudos, isn't it the newest one?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
Triumph,
actually read that.
Yep.
And Kudos is a 2nd generation Sweet Tango.
Okay.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Is it
Sweet
in
Tango is one of my favorites.
And First Kiss was pretty recent too, but right? Okay.
Right. So it will be. There's about 1,200 trees in this
Josh,
orchard.
look at that. Jeez, it's a lot.
Nice.
And, it'll be 3+ years before we even crop these.
Okay.
So we'll remove the apples every year so the trees grow. If you would have seen these trees this spring, they were just little whips, and I already have 3 trellis wires up.
Yep.
I got to get the 4th one in to tie the tops. That's what supports them while they're growing.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's high density, so what's this technique?
Yeah, it's the Europeans used it a lot because of landlock, and so you could get a higher yield per acre by condensing your orchard. So each of these trees are planted approximately 2.5 feet apart, and they're spindle trees grafted onto a rootstock for this area. So
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's a pretty high density. I didn't expect it to be that dense. It's almost like a vineyard.
It's similar to espalier,
Yep.
which is just a great way to produce in a small area. I have 7 espalier trees in my 35 by 55 garden. So yeah, and
all about high density.
I know about high density and succession planning and cramming everything in there. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's a great way to do it.
And we did this so that we had more early varieties for when we open. But our major crop is Honeycrisp.
Okay.
And which is this orchard over here on our left.
Yeah.
I get my
On the left.
my
Oh, okay. Wow.
son is not our friend from this week.
That's okay. See the apples in there, though.
We're gonna start picking those
Yep.
next week. So
Yeah, they're falling.
Yep.
that's part of the wind and
Yep.
Is there a reason you go with this direction? Is that what you know?
Well, yeah, because basically they're north and south.
Okay.
So north is actually that way.
Okay.
South is that way.
Okay.
And then the trellis wire is on the south side of the wire because we get more north wind than we do south wind.
Okay.
So it pushes it into the trellis. And the other nice thing about how you've done this and the way it follows your hill slope is it's almost like a keyline swaling, which is used in permaculture. So each one of those ridges, the water will kind of stop and hold instead of running down the hill more into your ditch here, your swale next to the road. So that's really efficient.
Just got this ditch mowed. I mean, this is the first time it's been dry enough
to mow it.
Yeah. Wow.
And obviously, we have some trees planted in the opposite direction.
Okay. Yeah.
So how many gallons of water do you give your trees a week?
Well, we didn't give them anything this year because Mother Nature did all the work for
Yeah.
us. So I didn't even turn on the irrigation,
Yeah.
so that saves me from having to blow out all the lines.
Right.
This winter, so.
That is
Oh, you
awesome.
didn't even have to blow them out yet. Okay.
Well, she didn't turn it on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fired it
never
up. Wow,
turned it on.
Yeah, it's been a great year for that. Yep. So
Yeah.
the corn crops, all that. If you got them in because it was so wet early, yeah.
Well, and some of them drowned it out on low-lying areas,
Yeah.
but you know, on these hillsides, we got a lot of natural springs too. So this this orchard over here, we actually had to tile.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So.
Okay. I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah, we can go check it out.
Okay.
We don't irrigate out of the pond.
Okay. Okay.
Why not? Since it's kind of just a natural water source there.
Well, we made that pond.
Okay.
The hills have natural springs in them, so we thought it would be cool. We thought one day we might fish in there or something. But, you know, like anything else, we never get.
Right.
Never get to the fun part.
So
it's a lot of work.
Yes, you know, I mean, it's kind of scummy, but it is like 28 feet deep. So last year it was the lowest it's ever been.
Well,
sure.
okay.
This year was actually all the way up to the top of the dike almost. So the
I bet.
highest it's ever been.
Yep.
But that building right over there, we put in a 220 gallon a minute irrigation well.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So we can pump water out to all the orchards. So we have drip irrigation.
Oh, from there. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, this is where I would blow up the lines going to this orchard.
Okay.
Here.
See that? Yep.
And you know, most of it runs downhill. So this was originally a pizzazz orchard, which is was a proprietary brand with Westcott and Doug Chucklebine.
Okay.
And they thought it was going to be the next big pizzazz, but the trees are kind of prone to some type of disease, and they die off, and they can't figure it out. So a lot of orchards are tearing them out and replacing them. So if you see the young trees in there, that's blocks of trees that we've torn out and replanted with Honeycrisp. So,
got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's just the nature of the beast.
So Honeycrisp is still the #1 seller generally. That's what people want. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's UMM's claim
Yep.
to fame. That's the apple, and I think their Contender Peach is going to be the next one.
Yep. And they grow them. You know, Washington's the biggest state, right, for pounds or tons of apples.
Right.
But
Well, for production.
Production,
But for hybridizing and for producing, selling varieties, University of Minnesota extension wins hands down.
Yeah, I get phone calls all the time about all these other varieties, and I go, "We're in Minnesota. Why would I not know Minnesota variety?"
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
As a
It's
matter
like the
of
wineries, right? They do.
As a matter of fact, I think Washington State does trials with UMN extension apples.
Yes.
Okay.
And they grow them and produce those registered.
Yeah.
So they're working on a peach right now, huh?
They've got one. It's called Contender. And I put one in last year and sold some to a couple of my clients. And I do farm to fork dinners first time this year. And I had maybe 75, 76 fruits forming on the tree. This is the first year after I planted it. And I should have taken them all off, but I got really greedy and I wanted them, and we were able to serve them at the August 17th dinner, which was really,
I got a little
really
spot
wonderful. But
that I don't want to put trees in, and are they, so if they're...
Go with the Contender Peach. I kid you not. They are phenomenal.
First year, and you had...
First year, and I had enough to serve 24
Are they a big
people.
bushy tree, or are they...
No, they're a smaller tree, and they're grafted onto a dwarf root stock.
Perfect.
Why don't we send her something on that? Let's send her.
Yeah.
I need something because you
And
know
we'll go ahead and post the link, folks,
Yep.
so that you can get yourself a Contender Peach also. It's
And the reason being is the distillery, right?
yeah.
So
Peach schnapps? No.
Peach brandy.
Peach brandy.
Yep.
Do you have any apple bourbon? Do you guys do a bourbon here?
Well, what I do, I have a 4-year barrel-aged rum that's almost like a bourbon.
Yeah, the rum. Oh my God, yeah. But
fun.
we might get there. We will get there. Okay.
We're doing an apple spice bourbon special cocktail for the Farm to Fork dinner on the 21st.
Okay.
And I use all local ingredients, hyper-local ingredients, including the alcohols that we serve. So
Okay, so you're
check it
starting
out.
with a local whiskey then and adding flavors to it.
Yep, exactly. And,
Or bourbon,
yeah,
excuse me.
developing my own syrups that go with the recipes, yeah.
Right.
So you might have
And
to
then-
see what she's got, because we took
Yeah.
Salem Glen wine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's like a being a good cook, because
Right.
everyone says, well, how do you come up with these recipes, right?
You
for
just
your-"
taste it. You keep tasting it. You just make it happen.
I know, and
Yeah.
people have asked me why So we make rum from apples by using 90% cider, 10% molasses.
Okay.
Typical rum is made with molasses and water, sugar and water, whatever. So it's a specialty rum.
Right.
And
then is that the latte one that you have, Tammy, or
that
that's
is
just
the
a straight
base. That is the base
okay.
alcohol and everything besides barrel-aged brandy.
one? Okay, okay.
Because in my research, when I started this project, rum was the #1 drank spirit in the United States, right?
Okay, sure.
Brandy, not so much.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But Wisconsin's
brandy.
Wisconsin's the #1
Old
brandy.
fashions, right?
Yeah, yep. And
Bourbon's really picking up though.
Yeah.
And bourbon is
Well, because you can
bourbon is-
home distill now
Yeah.
as well. You can't.
Yeah.
You used to just be beer and wine, and now you can
yeah,
home
and see,
distill.
we're a
so-
farm winery, distillery. We don't make wine, but technically, when you ferment
Yeah.
cider, you
Right,
have
yeah,
wine.
right.
We
Yeah.
just take it to the next level. So
Yeah.
everything that we produce has to be made with stuff that we grow on the farm.
Sure, yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So
Oh, okay, we're gonna get there.
So are you considered a cottage food then?
no.
No, so you don't have the cottage food exemption. You actually are farm production with
Yes,
certified
yeah.
MDA.
Yeah,
And
certified.
USDA too, or no?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
Wow, okay.
Nice.
yeah. We have a full certified pack line
Awesome, nice.
that we sort all our apples with. It's
is that something we're gonna see later here, or?
that's down in the
Okay.
it's down.
Well, why don't we hit
Distillery.
this area here, and then you're making me thirsty.
So
Well, it's
Tammy-
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah. Tammy, was this a row before, and you just ripped out some of these trees? Because I see this rogue little apple tree over here, all on his own.
Well, they were extra trees one year, so we
Gotcha.
put them outside and grow them, and generally the deer will
Yeah.
eat most of them, so we kind of
Yeah.
Oh,
try
kind
to
of a
keep them
deterrent.
happy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you leave a gate open, they will certainly.
Oh yeah, they'll go like,
Yeah.
oh, what's in here?
There you
Yeah.
go. What's
Yeah.
this little crab apple on the end here?
It's a crab apple tree.
Okay.
So
Was it a rogue tree you got, or is it here as a
No.
pollinator? Or
Pollinator,
okay,
yeah.
nice,
So-
good.
So scattered throughout the orchards are three different varieties of crab apples: an earlier blooming, a mid blooming, and a late blooming. You can see the beehives over there,
Nice.
but you know the bees can't always get to everything,
Right.
Yeah.
and so as a form of cross pollination, there are
Yep.
random crab trees planted all over, and
Okay,
I'll tell
to
you
promote
what,
that.
you
Yep.
can prune them suckers like
Nobody's business.
yeah,
and
and they just keep
produce,
growing and
right.
growing. I mean, we don't even harvest them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which variety is it? Do you know?
Oh, there's LeBlanc and there's, I can't even remember all the varieties. But there's one bigger one,
Yeah.
and
Like a Dolgo,
no, it's not a Dolgo. It's a pretty popular one.
chestnut crab.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
chestnut.
one of my favorite
Chestnut,
apples
okay.
too.
And I actually juiced some of that and mixed it with cider and made a hard cider for myself one year.
Oh,
okay.
yummy.
Out
Okay.
of some of that stuff. And
Yummy.
I mean, that's something I'd like to dabble in later, but I just don't have enough time, and that's more equipment that
Yeah.
I gotta buy.
Right.
But I do mess around with it for myself.
So as
So
master
if you-
gardeners, we're more involved with home gardening, right? And so, how many trees? People say, how many trees can you get in there? So yeah, what?
Well, I have an urban farm, so I'm MDA certified also. So, and a grower. I'm also a grower. So, you have to follow certain regulations, but espalier or trellising your trees is certainly a way that you can pack a lot
Yeah.
more in. I mean, consider a fence line of apples, right?
Right.
Why not? It would be great, and share them with your neighbors. But one of the key things that we've just been talking about is the pollination. So
Yeah.
many of these hybridized cultivars that are most popular, the claims to fame from University of Minnesota Extension, they are not self-pollinating.
Right.
So the trees
So
I
you
have
need maybe
planted,
2 trees or 2 varieties is what they suggest,
right?
So-
Exactly. But my trees are heritage apple trees. I mean, some of them are from the 1500s. I've got very old heritage varieties that will grow in our climate, and most of those are self-pollinating.
Right.
So it's really great.
Yeah.
You don't need an extra apple, but I've got them. I've got 7,
Yeah,
so
right.
they will help each other when they
Well,
do bloom.
and I get people that ask me that question. I got this apple tree in my yard, and it just never
yeah.
seems to produce. And I go, well, it needs to have a pollinator,
Right.
Is there a
Right.
crab apple by your neighbor's yard?
Right,
or,
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
something.
And
Yep.
the lack of
Pollinators in
bees
general, right?
Yeah,
you
in
know,
general too.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
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 is a cause of that. You know,
Mhm.
so.
Do we want to walk up here a little bit? What do you want to do? So,
Well, we can, I mean, like these are all.
so how many
these are-
years old is this, Tammy? This orchard?
Well, this was originally 6,500 trees of pizzazz
Oh, okay.
planted in 2016.
Okay.
Since then, almost probably 50% have been replaced with
Really?
Honeycrisp. Yeah. So
Okay.
you see the smaller trees. So the
Okay.
white skirts, those were planted.
That's the Honeycrisp.
Those were this year.
So why did you choose
Red
pizzazz
skirts were last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So did you went after the pizzazz right away to?
Well, everybody did. They jumped in. They thought it was
Yeah.
going to be the next big Honeycrisp,
Right.
right?
Yeah, okay.
Well, then problems with soft scald and storage. So what they
Okay.
were going to do was store it till the Honeycrisp ran out, then bring that out.
Okay.
And so between the trees dying, I don't know if
Yeah.
there's one close, because I don't know, I probably tore another couple hundred out already this
Yeah.
year, and I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, it could be a full, healthy tree and just
Boom. Just all
That's,
sorts.
and the agronomists can't figure it out, you know. So they've tried and a lot of, even I believe I've heard Westcott has tore all his out
Wow.
and replanted, and some have been grafting over. And
Oh.
I said, well, I don't know. Do you know if it's coming from the rootstock or the tree? We just
Right.
take the whole thing out. 'Cause
Right.
I don't want to risk, and
Yeah.
then we'll replace the dirt with fresh dirt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
know.
a very expensive and time-consuming
Yeah.
proposition for an orchard when you.
Well,
Running a business like this,
When you
yep.
look at that, you're going to lose 3 years of production on each one of
Yeah.
those trees each
Right.
year.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yep.
I think we maybe had between starting and growing and harvesting maybe 1 year of full production.
Okay.
Right. So we had hail damage last year, and so they were looking at our reports, and he goes, "Well, how come you had so much more this 1 year?" Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I go, "We had a full production year." You know?
Right. Right.
So
It's really variable, and
Right.
the insurance that farmers can get now for hazard damage, and I think there's a federal declaration for Fillmore County south of us just because of what happened last year with the drought, exceptional drought,
and we're
then the
kind of
rains
in a
and the
tough
wind.
spot here in Olmsted County. We cannot get the private insurances or whatever
Right.
that
Oh, yeah,
a lot of
can't,
the growers around us have. We have to go through the FSA.
Right.
Okay.
And
Yep.
that's
Yep.
not good insurance,
Okay.
and
There's a lot of USDA programs out there for farmers, and you've kind of got to just navigate.
Yeah, we see
Yeah.
the emails. Oh my God. Yep. So.
Yeah.
so anyway, so we could head down to the distillery now.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's do that.
This is pretty awesome.
Good, we'll
The
give a
density
little-
just
we'll
blows
give a
me
little
away, though.
ride.
I always see the old apple orchards, and I go down to Alabama and I see the pecan trees, and they're just big, huge
so
groves,
in
right?
total now, we have, and we're a little different than most orchards, I mean, this was like my yard, so we actually planted grass mat in between all of them, and
Yeah.
we mow it like it's our yard. And
Yeah,
a
looks
lot
well
of people
kept.
walk around out here and go, "I've never seen an orchard this."
Yeah, it
Right,
is. It is
right.
nice. Yeah.
So one of the things that's happening in orchard to help with the pollination and just help to preserve our pollinators in general is planting, native pollinator flowers into the meadow, into the grass between. Have you guys considered doing that? Getting a grant from USDA, some of the Regen Ag stuff that's out there?
Well,
Then you
no,
wouldn't mow
I
it.
haven't, but everything is time. You can only do
Right,
so much.
right,
but-
exactly. But maybe throwing in some seed to see if it takes, then you'd cut down on your inputs of mowing, but then you'd get all the pollinators in there too. I don't know.
Well, but the problem with long grass in the orchard is all the insects too.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Yep,
We keep
yep.
the grass short. You look at mice and insects, and with our high density and our spraying program, we have a tool cat
Yeah.
with not a blast sprayer on it. It's very
Okay.
controlled. We have
Oh,
an
okay.
egg leader, so
Nice.
we probably use 2/3 less chemical than
Oh, wow.
anybody
That's
else.
great.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's nice.
And this density too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
good.
Yeah. so-
Good. Yeah, because
And we're not shooting through big bushy
Yeah.
trees. We don't
No.
need to.
Yeah.
Right,
It just
right.
throws out a mist based on ground
Yep.
spade, just like
Yeah.
the farmers use. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
Yep.
the same
nice.
program.
Yep.
Nice. Awesome. That's
So-
good.
All right. Is that the beehives up there in the blue boxes?
Yep.
Okay.
No, and
the white scaps.
They're always. I'm sitting there going like I was looking for them. Okay, I didn't see them. Oh, I see them over there. Okay. All right, getting my glasses on. Okay, getting back on. Now we're going back. Hang with us, folks. The drinking will begin.
Oh, jeez. We're hanging on.
We're hanging on. We're good. We're good. So yeah, so I can flip. Look at this. Whoops. Done. Wait, I didn't. Okay. Whoa, here we go.
No crashing. This is a great
Pretty
setting.
awesome.
Look at all these oaks out here. So this looks like it used to be historically like Oak Savannah.
It was an old farmstead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So was it from your family, Tammy, or yours or Jay's? Okay. Okay.
An old farmstead, and
Was it one of the homesteaded properties from the 1800s originally?
I don't know. This whole orchard stuff became a retirement project. It got a little out of control.
That's
I know,
yeah. Agriculture tends to do that.
I can do that. I can do a winery. Yeah, I can do grapes.
What did you retire from?
Oh, several different things.
Nice.
We're still partners in some other businesses.
Yeah.
Some rental properties.
Nice. Okay. So Tom's really excited to sample some of their alcohol.
Look at our stock markets and stuff, and
Yeah.
we said, well, why don't we invest in ourselves instead of somebody else?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but I started growing hops, just along the house. But I remember hops was a big thing people were kind of getting into, and it's probably fizzled a little bit. It's a tough climate for hops
Yeah.
around here. Too much.
I know that Christian down at Rock Filter grows a lot of the grains that he uses in his whiskeys and bourbons. And so,
What are you doing there?
What am I
Okay.
I know. Okay. All right. We're going into the retail.